Welcome back to WarPiglet's channel, and we now resume with the part 3 video of the Doomsday Event Introduction series of 3. We are covering the Doomsday Conquest War, or Alliance Duel, and at the end we'll show you how to get back, because a lot of players get stuck in knowing how to get back to their base in their original state. Now we're taking the liberty to assume that you've done a state versus state before, and that you know how to teleport to another state. So from state 422 we have declared war on 423, and we have ported over to their Alliance Center. Here you see in world map view where their Alliance Center 1 is, there in red. We've placed a rally point. So this is our Alliance rally point. It's what you have to build with that 3x3 tile requirement as close as you can to your target enemy's Alliance Center. So this is a good reason why people take tiles around their Alliance Centers, to prevent the enemy placing their Alliance rally point close, because you have to work from your rally point to create a path to get to your target, which is your enemy's Alliance Center, which effectively you want to destroy. So here you can see with the blue tiles, we've made a path towards their Alliance Center. The red tiles are the enemy state's tiles. So here are our bases mixing around the enemy's bases. We are ICX in this example. What is best done in Doomsday Duels is that someone is appointed as the path leader. It's their job to figure out the best way through the ground to get to the honor structures and then into the Alliance Center. With that one person directing, it means there's less mess. He basically points to coordinates for the next person to take a tile. So there you see the blue path extending, and we're having to go around the Wendell there. There's the plot that's been called on next. Someone's just removing a zombie. So it's not a simple task to get to your target. You've got to meander through the enemy's taken tiles, otherwise you have to combat them, which might take 2 to 4 hits. Now here we're jumping to their Alliance Center 2, which demonstrates how you get through their honor structures by picking their lesser leveled buildings, processing plants and virus research facilities to get to their Alliance Center. So here I've taken some hits. I have to add troops back to the APC and then move on in, and we are pretty much near completion here on taking down their Alliance Center 2. So you can see all the guys are attacking the Alliance Center because we've made that blue path. You cannot attack that until you've got your path right up until its perimeter. So there, quite clearly, you can see the path we've taken, and we were relatively unchallenged. Here, just demonstrating, we have the attack bonus and defense bonus active, very beneficial in this kind of war. Peace shield I just happen to have, it's not actually necessary. In Doomsday War, you do not attack other bases. You might missile someone out the way, but the game does not permit you to attack bases like in state versus state kill weekends. There in the stores where you find those bonuses. So it gets quite messy here with everybody trying to get to select the Alliance Center to get to the attack button. You continuously have to have extra troops available to reapply to your APC. Always hit the home button, get back to your base, get to your hospital and heal troops before you fill your hospitals. Exactly the same as in state versus state kill weekends. Head back in here and attack. There you go, ruins. So their Alliance Center 2 has now been taken down. That's the end of that particular siege. We would now move on to their Alliance Center 3, all the while getting closer to the center of the map. So here we're porting in an Alliance rally point. Bases are porting in around it. This is exactly the same processes as seen in Alliance Centers 1, 2, 3 and all the way to 4. You just start at 1 and make your way in. So here I've now got to find a spot to teleport into. You typically find there's more ground available near their Alliance Centers 3 and 4, because they hope and predict that all of the efforts applied to the Alliance Centers 1 and 2 and taking those tiles is enough to prevent you proceeding this far. So here you see the first tile's been placed right there where you've got the Aegis little umbrella sign. So the next target is this virus building, and it's got 1,000 health, so you see we've got to combat that. So it's going to take a few people to make several hits before that's taken. So a number of people moving in there for the attack, and it's good just to touch on that target building to check its health before you unnecessarily send extra troops when there's enough already on their way. There you go, 87 of 1,000, so it's probably just going to need one more hit. So it does take a lot of coordination and attention to the chat and obeying the person in charge of coordinating the attacks, as with the path taking as well, tile taking. And the person in charge of that path will be working out which of the next tiles is the one to go for. So here it's, is it worth going for the oil deposit at level 11 over the honor building next to it? And it's, yes, quite likely that it'll be easier to take down that oil tile. As you can see, we've jumped ahead a little and that tile was taken indeed. And the following, and then we zigzagged across to reach the Alliance Center. So this is Alliance Center 3 in the target enemy state. And bear in mind, all the while this is going on back in your home state, so for us 422, this alliance could well be attacking our alliance centers. So you want a balance of players to remain behind and not port across, to be ready to receive any incoming enemy. So here we're just going to the hospital and we are just healing any troops that might have fallen. Important to do before your hospital is filled up. And to note, that hospital really needs upgrading a lot, but that would have been one of the extra perks, adding an extra hospital. But you want those leveled up to the level of your base, and ideally all of them, to maximize your wounded capacity. And everybody is now attacking the Alliance Center because the path is reached. And all the while, the enemy, if they're present, they will be targeting their own Alliance Center with the build command to try and rebuild as the enemy, which is us here, attacks. But now that's been taken to ruins, it's too late for the enemy, and we have conquered them at the AC3. So we now have their Alliance Center 4 to progress to. And all of this activity wins us points, taking tiles, taking their buildings, taking their Alliance Center. So everything counts. Now it's the end of the battle. What do? How do you get back to your own state? Hit your bookmarks, and ideally you have bookmarked your base back in your old state. You must do that. And then you select your base, which has the purple dome under the shield, and you select teleport. You're teleporting onto yourself. And teleports for Doomsday, because it's required that you attack in another state, these are free teleports as part of the event. And here we are, we're back. Thanks for watching the final Doomsday introduction, and good luck in your own Alliance duel. WarPiglet likes to be tickled behind the ears. The best way to do that is to like his videos and subscribe. It is incentive for WarPiglet to keep making more videos to help you out. Thanks. WarPiglet.